Hey, good evening, guys. It is evening. We've been going to do this all day long, but it's been quite a day here in Evanston. So we're all a little bit ragged. So bear with us. So today we're going to go over the clavicle. And I apologize that we haven't put anything out in the last couple of weeks, but it's been a busy couple of weeks. So clavicle series, one of my favorite things to do. Projections, we're going to do an AP and an AP axial, otherwise known as the cephalic view. And you'll know why when we show you how to do it. Source to image distance is 40 inches. Central ray is mid-clavicle. And for the axial, it's just below the mid-clavicle. Collimation-wise, you want to include the top margin of the shoulder. Bottom, you need to include half the scapula. Lateral, just your shoulder skin margin. And medial, we need to get the sternoclavicular joint. So technique-wise, 70 at 12.5 mass for a regular sized person. Bigger, we're going to go up in mass. Smaller, we're going to go down a little bit. Okay. Tip, axial view is done to flatten out the clavicle while projecting the clavicle above the shoulder girdle. That's the reason we do that one. The axial projection will often demonstrate a subtle clavicle in the fracture that you cannot see on the regular AP projection. That's why it's so important that we do the axial, not just the AP. Okay. All right, let's move over to Kate here. We're going to show you how to do this. So this can be done either upright or laying down, doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to have the patient's back against the image receptor. Okay, we would have Kate take off that jacket to get the zipper out of the way. Okay, and we will protect her if she does want it. So you'll note that we've got light above the shoulder, right? We can probably collimate that down a little bit. And we're going to get half the scapula, but we're sitting right on her clavicle right there, okay? So we're mid-shaft clavicle. We've included the sternoclavicular joint, and we've got some light out here laterally on the shoulder. Okay, voila, that's the AP. Okay, just make sure your patient's standing straight as they can. We'll shoot at 70 at 12.5. That's what I would use on Kate. So now we're going to shoot the axial, okay? So you're going to bring your machine down a little bit. Go and step out of there real quick, okay? And we are going to rotate the machine cephalic or towards the head. The angle is actually 15 to 30 degrees depending on the patient. So for Kate, we're going to use about 20 degrees, okay? Now remember that we have to make the IR perpendicular to the floor when we do an angle on this machine, okay? Because this follows that wherever it goes. So for angling that, to get an angle, we've got to make this perpendicular to the floor. Go ahead and put your back against there again. So you noted that we centered just below the mid-clavicle. So I can feel Kate's clavicle right there. We're just going to go a hair below it, okay? Now, move that way a little bit. There you go. We've got light above. We've got light on the outside. We're catching the sternoclavicular joint, and we're getting half the scapula. You'll note that we're angled cephalically, or up. So that's going to project the clavicle up above the shoulder girdle, okay? And it's also going to flatten out the clavicle. It's pretty amazing, actually. Pretty neat picture. Okay, but that's your AP axial. Make sure you're you're angling your tube 15 to 30 degrees. Make sure this is perpendicular to the floor. Also, if you're lazy one day and you don't want to angle your machine, we can just have the patient step out a step, okay, and have them lean back. Okay, that's going to do the same thing as angling our tube. Our central ray is going to be the same, just right below the clavicle. Same collimation, but you've accomplished that by leaning the patient back, okay? Sometimes I don't mind doing them this way because it is a little bit quicker and easier. It depends on the patient, though. If you've got a 90-year-old woman in here, or man, they're going to have a hard time doing that. So just make sure you do the axial because it does pick up subtle fractures that the AP does not. Anyway, thanks for coming by tonight. I appreciate it. I hope this is helpful. you know, if you have any questions, please reach out, and I'm happy to answer any questions. I appreciate everybody's work and what they're doing. So 2 questions for today. What is the most important picture of this series? They're both important, but one of them is more important than the other one. And today in Evanston, I noted that it was some type of day. What type of day was it today in Evanston? So anyway, have a good night. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.